in reference to the conversation we had just before this, I do want to say someday I want to be so popular with our lives that somebody gets upset with us because we went on early. Okay.
Right?
Like, oh, you went on 2 hours early? I missed you at 5:15. I was waiting for that. And then that'll be like when we know we're
That we
famous.
hit it.
And I don't know. But
It's gonna be that soundtrack though that does it for everybody.
that is the soundtrack, I'm telling you, is amazing. And I am a hot mess today. I
Me
don't
too.
even care though. I haven't felt good this week. It's been just a weird week. So,
Well, and that was part of our conversation this morning, right? Or not this morning, but in the meeting that we're about to bring up,
right.
was showing up without makeup, without
Mhm.
doing your hair, without doing, clothes. And I know that a
You should
while
show up with
ago,
clothes. You shouldn't show up without clothes. Let's start there.
nice clothes,
Okay,
the business type clothes.
perfect.
Um, a while ago, Cheryl and I have lives on Wednesdays, and she was talking about like showing up dressed to impress, right? And that's great. You can show up dressed to impress, and you can show up. Sophia, we love you. Show up to dress to impress, but at the same time, when you're doing lives or when you are doing on the spot things, look, I don't put on makeup, guys. I it's exhausting and I don't want to wash it off when I go to bed and I don't want pimples and I don't if that's a requirement for the beauty standards of how I need to show up for my business, I like my face better.
There you go. I'm with I'm with you. Yeah.
And that was the conversation we had. So yeah, today this is how we are. We're doing a live 2 hours early because I am babysitting and she's napping. Um, and at the time that we do the live, my whole family comes home with groceries and kids. And so when I'm at my parents' house, I don't have a door to shut.
Yeah, it's a little bit more
Um,
hectic
yeah.
when well, what is it? 5:15 Central Time.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
right.
And it's, Sophia agrees. Sophia says she does everything natural because she can't have makeup.
Ah,
And I mean, she is one of our spiritual and holistic people, and how much makeup is holistic? Let's
that's
be honest, right? But you have big news, and I'm super excited for it.
I'm not entirely sure. Like it's partially your news too, but so Brittany here is an accountability coach, and one of the things that popped up in the last week was really holding people accountable for marketing directly and offering a platform that gives people an opportunity to throw something out into the world to a few people that are on the call to say, what do you think? Is this too bright? Is this worded weird? Should I stand on top of my head while I do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case is, to get that feedback. Because a lot of times, especially when we work from home, and I know you've come up with this too, where you work from home, you're like, wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. And you put it out to the world and everything. And then, like, 3 weeks later, you're like, wait, nobody told me there was a typo, right? And now it's been out in the world for 3 weeks. And I think part of this will give people that opportunity to have that feedback. And so it's a concept that you get a couple of minutes to say what your business is, what your barrier to marketing or social media or whatever you're using that day, and you get feedback on what that barrier is. And we're going to try to do this every 2 weeks and kind of give people things to work on in those 2 weeks and come back and tell us how it went and get some additional feedback. So I'm excited. I'm excited to give some people that work from home a few more options for feedback other than showing it to a husband or a spouse or a cousin in your case today and just saying, what do you think? You get some more feedback.
Right. And what I love about it is with Biz Storming, we have free group accountability meetings, which this is being included in that. So it's going to be group marketing accountability
Yep.
is what it is. And we also have subscription bases. So we have $57 where you're a part of the community. You have different things, but you're a part of the community and you get to be in a marketing chat where you get
So you
to
can get that
post those
daily
things.
feedback if you needed it.
So it's daily feedback inside of the chat. But then when we come into this meeting, and let's be honest, guys, I literally posted an ad the other day, and we have 2 marketers. One marketer is my website person, and she has reeled back all of my marketing because I want colors and I want pop and I want all the things. And she's like, simple.
We can have colors, we just have to scale it back a little.
And when I posted an ad, our other marketer, B is phenomenal. She was like, hey, could you do this? And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I was confronted with that conversation for a week because I was confronted with it. And Sophia says she can't wait to join the accountability session. She gains a lot from them. She'll be on Tuesdays with New Reality, Tuesday morning. So what it looks like, though, is I was confronted because I like what I like. But here's somebody who knows how to make sales telling me, hey, do something different. And she even gave me a freebie of what she would do.
Oh, very
which was amazing. And she had put that in the group. And so I really sat with that and I really struggled with that. And then as I was redesigning and reworking the website, I came to a very simplistic marketing plan based off of what B had said to, and it does. Conversations can be confronting and conversations can be difficult because you think you have it. You think you've got it and it's perfect and you would buy it. And that's what I like about the marketing and the group accountability. Even if you're in the free accountability chat, people can still ask questions, people still hold each other accountable. But then just going into that, okay, hey, I'm in the marketing, I'm here every other week, being able to be a part of those conversations. And not only, here's the thing, I can do horrible marketing for myself, but great marketing for somebody else. So
my thing is, I can show you websites I've built for other people, and if you go look at mine, you'd be like, why would you let her? And then I'm like, no, let me show you good ones.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I have Cat now. But that's the thing, right? Is you get to not only be the person taking advice, but you get to give the advice. And we have a wide variety, which we came up with in the marketing. We have people from the ages of 60 who run their own businesses to people who think they're 12 and run their own businesses. And that's a huge commitment and a huge so getting feedback and having that ability is phenomenal. But showing up to a marketing meeting, we don't market or sell ourselves in our meetings. I draw a very fine line in that. And so at first, when it was, hey, we want to do a marketing meeting, I was like, no, because it's just going to turn into a sales thing. But we have been able to build a group and we have been able to build boundaries around our networking. So people know when they show up, no, you can't sell yourself. Yes, you're going to show us something that you're working on. That's going to sell you. Right.
But
letting us know who you are.
Yeah. Do it through the questions you're asking, the things you're showing, and go from there. What this isn't is one of those things you see on Alignable, because I know a lot of people watch us on Alignable, and I hear a puppy. But and a tail. Okay.
Wait, I'm trying to find Hera. I can't find her. There she is.
Oh, there
Hera.
she is. Hey, a leaf blew outside, so just letting you know.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Bug is now jealous. Bug.
My goodness. Too many dogs. I don't know if that's possible, but sometimes one is too much for me. Point being is, though, we want people to not just think this is one of those 7-minute networking sessions where you just pitch and leave. We want people to actually build relationships with each other, hold each other accountable, and make our marketing, our social media, things like that way better, because we're not we're not building billboards. Some people are still building billboards. We had that conversation the other day too, but we're not, slapping up billboards. We're doing ongoing marketing. We're doing different things that we need feedback on because there's going to be potentially millions of people that could see it. And you don't want to send something out that may or may not be on brand or on message. Sophia, today, if you're talking about today's accountability session, we are not going to have today's. That's one of the reasons we're going early. But we will have it next week, and then we will be doing marketing accountability, like not next week, but the week after. It'll be every 2 weeks for marketing.
Yeah.
So as soon
But
as we
today's
have
group
that,
accountability is canceled for the day. I
yeah,
was just going to send her a message.
it's all right. We can tell everybody, all 1.5 people listening to us live right now.
Well, I just got a private text message from somebody
Oh,
because we're talking about marketing, asking about marketing information. And so my response to them was put this in the marketing group.
yeah.
But their question was, and I want to give a live example, right? Do you think that if I had a special landing page banner in my homepage for 350 that could easily turn into a full content site with a domain name, hosting, and SSL certification, it could help bring in more business? I could have an offering for free events after purchase, right?
Sure.
So those are things that you want to ask a group of people. Hey, if I did this, and especially because we have actual people who build websites and marketing and things like that inside of that group, they're going to be able to tell you analytics on that. They're going to be able to tell you, hey, that sounds like an amazing idea.
Or they'll also be able to tell you the barriers to that, why it doesn't work or why it would work for some businesses and not others. And that's the key to having so many people in that marketing group. The more voices we have, the better advice we are going to accumulate.
Yep.
And
And I love that it's diverse.
oh,
I know of 2 marketers, 3 VAs, 1 tax person, podcast person.
yeah,
I do the gambit, but I stick with accountability because I learned my lesson. I can do it all. I only want to do this. Um, so you
understand.
get to have that information and really work on that space of and that's the thing, right? She sent me a personal message. I don't mind responding to the personal message, but I know she's going to get more feedback from the group.
100%. She
Right.
will definitely, and she actually just posted it. I heard it pop through. So it was like 3 seconds later she posted it. So that's funny. But yeah, it's what I want to do is figure out the date and time because I know the time that we picked within a 24-hour period, a few people were like, I can't make it. So we want to pick a better time for 2 weeks from now, and we'll get that out to everybody. And hopefully pick a time that we can be consistent with every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But this is a really great opportunity that we need to make sure people are inviting people to, that we're getting as many brains and eyes and opinions on different things so that we can all grow. I mean, that's really what this is about. We can't all be perfect at everything. I mean, definitely I'm not, right? I need somebody's eyes on things. Primarily for me, it's things I write because I don't, for lack of better terms, I don't trust my voice yet. Other people don't trust their eyes yet, right? Like, does that color look right? Is that straight? That type of thing.
We
And
all know I post for the editing.
yeah, yeah. I trust my editing. I just don't trust the message sometimes. I trust your message if I can understand it.
Yeah,
Those are
exactly.
2 separate things. Your message is amazing. Mm,
We all know Brittany types in Brittanese and
yes.
we try to decipher it the best we can. The other thing that I love about that, about the group though, is not only is it a place for you to post questions,
Mhm.
but it's also a place for you to say, hey, I specifically need this amazing Facebook post shared. So people
Yes.
can click on that link get into their Facebook, follow you, and then also share that exact post. Sharing, liking, and commenting on things make them grow and get them seen more. So if we have a group of people sharing, liking, and commenting, that is
And
also going to support and grow the marketing effort for you.
what people don't understand is they're like, well, I'm not going to attend that thing. You know what I mean? So why would I share it? The more you share things, the more that you like something. And I'll use LinkedIn as an example. Everything you share and like there, all of your followers can see what you did. And so it's not about you necessarily going, it's they see that you're helping to promote great things happening. And that's really what this is about. If you support other people's great things happening, they're going to want to support your great things happening. And I don't mean life should be a tit for tat. That's not what this is about. But it really is one of the benefits to some of these groups is having a little bit of that tit for tat. What can I do for you? What can you do for me? And in a sense, this is where we talk about that bartering system, but in this case it's just more of a like and share and whatever, and we do that kind of equally among people. So
Well, and I think one of those, another great example of that is New Reality.
mm,
Um, Xeon is running several amazing New Reality coaching connections
yeah,
coming up, and I share them and I tag her in it, and I share the New Reality, I tag her, I tag New Reality, I
yeah,
make sure that there's as many tags as possible, I share it to my business page, and then I share it to my public page because I want to create traction on that. But in the reverse, Xeon also um, per- does my accountability for her as well. So
right,
when you're doing those things, it shows. Sophia, actually, who's over there, Sophia does a holistic approach. She supports holistic businesses. If you look at my page or you look at Sophia's page, you're going to see more of other people's businesses than you're going to see of ours. Um, I
sure.
had I had somebody message me and say, I don't know what you do. So I tagged a video and told people what I do. But I'm a support system. And I am proud of the people I network with, and I am proud of the people that I work with. So I make sure that I can share them as much as possible. Like you said, if I'm not attending that event, that's okay. I might know somebody who would love to attend that event, and they wouldn't have seen it. We had a conversation in the marketing meeting about how do you promote packages, like actual serviced clocks. Jeanette is a clock.
Yeah,
She makes
I'm
the
like, you
most
can just say
amazing
it. Yeah.
clock people. She makes the most amazing clocks. And her question was, she said, well, I post some on social medias that other people don't have. And I told her, you're making too much work for yourself.
Sure.
Wait 2 weeks after it's been shipped, after it's been delivered, and then just put it on all the social medias.
And
But
inform your
also,
clients that's what you're gonna do, you know
right,
what I mean? Um, and just make it happen, because what she was trying to do was say, "Well, they're not on Facebook, so I'll do there and not anywhere else. Oh, this person's not on Snapchat." So the fact I can't remember what social medias I have for myself some days, let alone trying to figure out every client's social media that they do.
right.
And yeah, but we had that conversation, we talked her through it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I might follow her
Sure.
or I might not follow her, but I might be sending Sarah a clock and Sarah follows her religiously and she posts Sarah's clock and then Sarah's clock shows you don't know who's following who.
But also
So,
part of it is how this is where, and we're gonna go off on tangents because we're like at 9.5 minutes here. But one thing, if I saw somebody post a clock that makes clocks all the time, I would not even remotely think that was my clock unless somebody was like, "This clock was shipped to Sarah at this address," right? I'd be like, "Oh, that's me." Right?
but Sarah, if I had a custom made clock by Jeanette, you would know it was your clock because you would see the stuff in it and then you would want it. And
That's
so
probably
then I would have you contacting me like, "Did you see the clock Jeanette made? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful." Like, when she did the D&D clock, I would
yes,
have been all over that
that was
clock.
a good clock.
I would have been like, "Where is my D&D clock?" But that's the thing. You don't know who's looking. You don't know who's watching. And even if your client isn't the one that's watching you, the person they bought that gift for might be, and it should be. Because
Sure.
if I love Jeanette's clocks, I'm sending Jeanette's link to my parents because I want this for Christmas.
There you go. And
So
I
those are
think
the
this
kind of conversations we had.
yes, those are the conversations we have, yes. And here's the thing, I don't want us to go down another conversation here because we are at now 21 minutes and we normally try to stick these at 15. However, unfortunately or fortunately, Brittany and I can talk about just about anything. So I am Sarah. I'm with OTBP Consulting. You can see my links and whatever and things over there. I don't know. There's somewhere. Go to wherever the QR code is. And Brittany, who are you?
I am Brittany. I am a accountability business coach. I am super excited. We didn't talk a whole lot about resilience this time
We
around.
did. That's okay.
Uh,
Hey,
but
marketing, getting good marketing is part of being resilient with your business. So I don't know. I just
exactly.
rationalized that.
Right, exactly. But I'm very grateful, Sarah. I'm grateful that you took on that meeting. I'm grateful that you are just a part of the network, because you add so much value. So
Well,
thank you all very, very much. Find our YouTube page if you
yes.
want to if you want to see previous conversations that are a lot shorter. We greatly appreciate you all. Sophia, thank you so much for
Yes. Thank
joining
you,
us.
Sophia.
We
I'm gonna
appreciate
connect
you
with you
all.
somewhere here after the call. So
What?
I'm gonna connect with Sophia somewhere here after the call because we just had a full conversation with her by chat. So I need to
I
connect
know.
with her somehow.
I could just open my Zoom room.
Hey, I don't care if she's awake, but
Sophia, I'm opening my Zoom room. I'll send you a chat. We'll see you in a second. Bye,
all right.
everybody.